from the lanai, one of the lanais here at our world headquarters in Kona. Hopefully everyone's having a great weekend. Super nice here, nice weather. Supposed to be some rain coming in later on this afternoon. We had a little bit of rain overnight, but super nice. There's the view. There's a Sentinel class Coast Guard cutter out there right now. No whales. We did see a couple when we were out at the Energy Lab yesterday, but that's a 156-foot Sentinel class Coast Guard cutter. There's like 3 or 4 of them here in Hawaii. I think we'll do about 28 knots, so pretty cool. It's about a mile away. It's stationed like kind of right in line with the 2.4 mile Ironman buoy. We were out there swimming earlier this morning. Hey, greetings from Venezuela. Hey, thanks for stopping by. We're just doing the Helium miner update and checking out what's going on here at our world headquarters in Hawaii. Wind is picking up a little bit, and like I said, Coast Guard cutters out there. Got stuff drying. We're going to zoom out. Some stuff drying on the lanai. Went out for a little 8-miler, getting tapered off, doing Ironman New Zealand. If you've been following along on the channel, that is on March 7th. We're flying out this Friday coming up, so a little less than a week left, getting things all set, and just here checking out. There's what's going on here at the world headquarters. Super nice weather. Looks like I got a little bit of wind coming in from the southwest. Here down the common area, there's that big old banyan tree. You've seen that. Got some palm trees cruising around. It's super nice. And we got Maui here. He's hanging out. We're playing ball a little bit earlier. Right, Maui? He's busy. Anyhow, let's get to the update. As far as just general market news, Bitcoin hovering about in that 67, 68,000 range. A couple weeks ago, it was down to, around 60 or so. So kind of doing some consolidation in that 67, 68,000 range. We'll see what happens this weekend. Kind of cautious, but like I said, stabilizing. On Friday, markets were up, but or as far as NASDAQ, Dow, and the S&P, but still getting some volatility. As far as news from this past week and going into the weekend, there's obviously that new 15% global tariff after the Supreme Court struck down the original tariffs there from the administration. And then as far as what's coming up this week, the big thing is NVIDIA earnings on Wednesday after market close. Be interesting to see how the market digests that. I would suspect NVIDIA is pretty good at beating earnings. They'll probably do that. But from a projection perspective, we'll see what they say as far as 2026 here coming up. That'll probably have a big effect as far as where NVIDIA at least goes. I know, as far as Michael Burry, he's been doing a lot of publicizing on X and on his Substack regarding just the general, not necessarily the overbuild of AI infrastructure, but some of the accounting practices there and whatnot. And it seems like bad news gets a lot more traction than good news. So we'll see if that continues to have potentially some sort of an effect. But getting back here to our MNTD Helium miner news. One of the things we bring here in the channel is we've got these miners at different locations. We've got one here at Kona World headquarters. We've got 2 in Portland, Oregon. We've got one in Alpine, Wyoming. And so we're able to kind of show you what the earnings are on these miners as far as decentralized IoT system. for different areas. So, like I said, I found this helpful. Like and subscribe. As far as just the update, we've got our Kona miner. That one is sitting in Hexagon with 5 other miners. You can look at the Helium map online and see how the world's divided in. Helium world is divided into these hexagons, and see if you end up having to do some revenue sharing. That Kona miner does. That one on a 7-day basis. And actually, before we get to that, let's look at just the what the tokens are doing. IoT, which is what we had been earning on our miners prior to that Helium improvement protocol. That's at 0.000218, up about 12%. It's been down the last couple of weeks, so as far as Bitcoin stabilizing, that probably has some effect there. HNT, or Helium, is at $1.44, also up about 11%. Typically, IoT, Helium operate together. As far as Bitcoin, 67,500 at the time of the recording of the video here while we're doing this live stream. Yeah, thanks for you guys for joining in. Appreciate that all over the globe. Bitcoin down about 2% for the week. And then finally Solana at $83.30, which is down about 3%. So that's where that's at. Yeah, Kona miner, like I said, 0.083 Helium tokens for the week, down 4%. Portland 1, that one's sitting in our little office building there in Portland. That one's at 0.045 Helium tokens for the week, down about 4% as well. And then our Portland 2 location, that one is at 0.128 Helium tokens for the week, down also about 4%. And then our Alpine miner, that one is in Hexagon by itself. And by the way, yeah, Portland 2, that one's in Hexagon by itself as well. Portland 1 in Hexagon with 5 other miners. But our Alpine miner, rural mining just hasn't been doing anything, even though it's a Hexagon by itself. There's no revenue sharing. There's just not the other couple miners that have been operating in town and communicating with ours. They've been shut down, and so ours isn't doing any useful work as far as IoT, decentralized systems. And so because of that, our Alpine miner hasn't been doing anything, even though it is online. So I'm going to total up our 7-day earnings, 0.256 Helium tokens. Like I said, typically we're in that 0.2, 0.3 range. And that's just kind of where it's at, just kind of range bound there. On a 30-day basis, our Kona miner is at 0.368 Helium tokens. And so good news there as far as that, we're in the tropical location. And by the way, no financial advice here. We're just doing this for fun. And as far as we are paying like 45 cents kilowatt hour here in Hawaii, but these things only operate at about 5 watts, so electrical use is pretty daggone negligible. Portland 1, 0.193 Helium tokens for the last 30 days, and Portland 2 at 0.57 Helium tokens. And then again, Alpine, big fat goose egg there. So 30-day earnings, looking at that, is 1.131 Helium tokens. So we're typically in that 1.1, 1.3 range. Just everything is pretty much as it has been, just reporting on these on the live stream on the updates here. It looks like we've got a little bit of wind. Here, let's take a look here real quick before we get into the dollars and cents. Looking again from the Lanai. Yeah, super nice day. Surf's down pretty low. Like I said, that Sentinel class Coast Guard cutter has come in from Honolulu, 156 feet, does 28 knots. It's anchored there. It's probably about 100 feet or so of water. There may be a mooring buoy it's attached to as well. It's sitting here about a mile or so from the house, kind of right in line with the 2.4 mile Iron Man buoy. That's birds coming by too. So dollars and cents, and looking at the ROI as we do here every week, based on Helium at $1.44. What we are seeing is our 7-day earnings is a whopping 37 cents, and then our 30-day earnings is a whopping $1.63. So yeah, we're just doing this for fun, and like I said, we do these updates every week, keep people informed with what's happening here as far as this hobby. And then finally getting our ROI, and we do the ROI by taking that 30-day earnings and dividing them by 30 to get a daily rate, and then we extrapolate out over 365 days with the daily rate. And with that, we get an ROI of 1.2%. So higher than the 1.1%, far cry from that 14% from some months ago. But it looks like we bottomed out a couple of weeks ago. We were at like 0.7%. So doing a little bit better here. So anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by. If you have found this helpful, like and subscribe. Hopefully everyone's having a great weekend. And if you're in the winter weather, well, stay warm. We're pretty warm here. Like I said, just getting all set here, heading down to New Zealand next Friday. We'll try to get an update in there, get hooked up with some Wi-Fi, and go ahead and do that. And then, yeah, we'll probably end up doing some different live streams while we're traveling around from in New Zealand. And then as well, just being able to report there from Taupo, where the race is going to be on March 7th. We're staying with some friends in Taupo. They actually were here at the house about a couple weeks before we came in here in December. So it'll be good to see them. Haven't seen them since the pandemic. But yeah, super fun. Looking forward to traveling and having some fun. That should do it. And there's Maui. One more time, you can check him out on the YouTube Shorts. He's doing his thing in the YouTube Shorts, usually a couple days or a couple times a day. Check that out. He's popular. And that should wrap it up. Like I said, have a great weekend, and we will see you for the update next week. Peace.